have some horror movie updates on the new M. Night Shyamalan flick Trap, a secret project from Danny and Michael Filippo, Zach Cregger's second horror feature Weapons, the fourth Fear Street film, and Scream 7 rumors that are once again getting out of hand. Now let's get into it. Before we get into today's update video, I real quickly want to thank my patrons out there for supporting this page. I would not be able to do all of this fun stuff without your guys' support, including the new short film that I'm working on that hopefully you guys will see soon. So thank you all so much again for supporting this page. I really couldn't do it without you fellas. Bottoms and pinkies up, baby. Ugh. Let's get into this, shall we? Master of twists, M. Night Shyamalan has a brand new thriller flick coming out on August 9th, and today we just got a big update for it. 2024's Trap is being described as a father, Josh Hartnett, and teen daughter, Ariel Donahue, attend a pop concert where they realize they're at the center of a dark and sinister event. We learned from the trailers that Josh Hartnett is the butcher the police are trying to capture at this concert. The film will likely be about him trying to escape the event without his daughter finding out how many skeletons he has in his closet. The film just got a sick-looking poster as well as an original song from faux pop artist Lady Raven. In Trap, she's played by Shyamalan's real-life daughter Salika, not to be confused with Ishana, who also has a movie coming out this year. It's a horror flick called The Watchers, and it looks awesome. Ya boy loves seeing a talented family of horror filmmakers. To me, this looks like the best idea that M. Night Shyamalan has had in years. His last 3 movies didn't really impress me much, even though they all were profitable. So what do I know? This movie looks to be breaking his, in my opinion, missing streak with an undeniably juicy concept to sink our thriller-loving teeth into. Danny and Michael Filippo broke out of their content-creating funk and into the mainstream with last year's supernatural thriller Talk to Me. To date, it's the most successful A24 horror film, collecting $92 million from the worldwide box office, and a sequel is currently in development. It's, of course, titled Talk to Me. I also sighed in disappointment when I heard that dad joke of a title. Now, Deadline reports that before the brothers can make Talk to Me into a franchise, they're working on another original for A24 called Bring Her Back. Plot details for the film are airtight under wraps, but we have learned that Sally Hawkins from The Shape of Water will be starring in this one. I wonder if she's gonna bone fish people in this movie too. Production on the new original begins this summer, so Talk to Me fans will likely have to wait until late 2025 at the earliest before we see that highly anticipated sequel. While this is a weird announcement, I'm oddly more excited for this original than I am for a continuation to what we've already seen. Don't get me wrong, Raka Raka's Talk to Me was one of my favorite horror flicks from last year, but I don't know if we need a whole Blumhouse-esque franchise surrounding it. The first Talk to Me is a chilling standalone now with an existential ending from hell. I might be in the minority here, but I think continuing that story is a bit pointless. However, I am still excited to see the next group of idiots that shakes that evil hand. As we learn more about it, ya boy will be covering Bring Her Back. I'll watch whatever these guys make. I've been a huge fan of Raka Raka ever since the first time I saw one of their Ronald McDonald skits. I can't wait to see what horrors the brothers cook up next. Zach Cregger, former Whitest Kid You Know and Barbarian director, has been working on his new project Weapons for some time now. The cast is looking pretty sick so far, with Josh Brolin and Julia Garner signing on recently. Pedro Pascal was originally set to star in this one, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. That still has my nuts in a twist. We've just learned, however, that Alden Ehrenreich, our young Han Solo and Cocaine Bear survivor, has joined the esteemed cast. The film comes from the same producing team as 2022's Barbarian, and THR reported recently that plot details for Weapons are being kept holstered, but it is described as a multi- and interrelated story horror epic that tonally is in the vein of Magnolia, the 1999 actor-crammed showcase from filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson. While we still continue to wait for a physical release of Barbarian, I will be covering updates for this bad boy. Cregger's Barbarian impressed the heck out of me so much in 2022 that I ended up seeing the movie twice on its opening night. It's my second favorite horror film from 2022, bested only by the glorious Terrifier 2. I'm hoping that some of the cast members from Barbarian will show up in this flick too, considering the fact that it was compared to 1999's Magnolia, which features a gigantic cast. I want to see Georgina Campbell, Justin Long, Bill Skarsgård, maybe even Richard Brake in this movie? Fingers crossed. Considering all of that, we will likely get more casting updates for this film, so stay tuned. Back in summer of 2021, Netflix released an entire trilogy of horror films based on some of the R.L. Stine Fear Street books. Not to be confused with his 4 Kids Goosebumps series, of course. I personally really enjoyed all 3 of them, even though some were definitely better than others. I also dig that it shot Northeast Ohio filmmaker Lee Janik into the limelight. It's really cool to see somebody from my area have such a recent impact on horror. With the success of the first trilogy, Netflix ordered another film to be made, called Fear Street Prom Queen, based on the book of the same name. The connective tissue here is, of course, the town of Shadyside, but instead of taking place in 1994, 1978, or 1666, we're being shot back to the late 80s, 1988. No surprise here, considering that Netflix has cashed in on 80s nostalgia many times. In this next installment of the blood-soaked Fear Street franchise, prom season at Shadyside High is underway, and the school's wolf pack of it girls is busy with its usual sweet and vicious campaigns for the crown. But when a gutsy outsider is unexpectedly nominated to the court and the other girls start mysteriously disappearing, the class of '88 is suddenly in for one hell of a prom night. Netflix has finally given us a first look at this 4th entry with a brand new behind-the-scenes featurette. You just saw some of those clips while I was reading that plot description. If you want to watch the full thing though, the link is in the description of this video. I'm excited to see this new entry, but I am a bit bummed that Chloe Okuno is no longer directing it. She was originally attached to direct before being replaced by Matt Palmer. Nothing against Matt here, of course, but as a huge fan of Watcher and Ratma, I was just a little more excited to see what Chloe would be cooking up on Fear Street. Either way, I'm excited to see this fresh franchise continue, and of course, whatever Chloe Okuno is directing next. Every single time that a new Scream film gets announced, some account on Twitter comes up with rumors and presents them as the truth. These accounts often go away after a short period of time once they realize how unsustainable that form of content creation is. But we once again have a rumor floating around that many in the Scream fandom believe to be true. I'm here to once again tell you that there is no supportive evidence behind this claim. An account I don't wish to publicize in today's video claims that Scream 7 will erase the events of the last 2 films by saying they were all stab fiction, written by Gil Weathers. I want to clarify that there's absolutely nothing wrong with posting a video about a Scream 7 theory you might have, or even just a tweet. But this person claims that Spyglass CEO Gary Barber actually stated this publicly. That's a bunch of bullshit. According to X, this misinformation was seen by over 350,000 accounts, and I would bet that a percentage of them believe that this is true. Personally, I only trust Critical Overlord for Scream leaks. He has been right about Scream 5 and 6 information many times in the past, and doesn't post big spoilers about the movies he covers. I love a lot of the YouTube channels in this space that post some crazy awesome theory videos. Sister Pam 3C Films, I Shot Him 6 Times, Craven Something Scary. It's a lot of fun stuff. But these people, including myself, always make sure you know it's just a dumb theory we've come up with. Otherwise, you're just wasting people's time and making content that's really not worth a damn. I'm hoping some real Scream 7 news comes out soon, hopefully a cast list so we can actually start posting theories with something viable behind it. So from the real updates in today's video, what has you the most excited? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Subscribe to this channel now, or Spyglass CEO Gary Barber is going to cancel the movie. I know this for a fact, my sources told me. Subscribe to this page or I will personally cancel Scream 7. I'll do it. I definitely have that power. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.